Hello everybody, my name is Jeffrey, and I still haven't debugged our code and our thingy. Just yeah, it still looks like this crap. Yes, but I thought it'd be nice if I did it in the video so that you well, let's say you ever come across a problem like this that you know how to do it. So what I'm going to do, whenever I find something in my code that is wrong, I'll go over it and tell you why it is wrong. Or at least tell you that it is wrong, and it'll be just a simple montage of all the things that should be fixed in order to do this. So start the montage. Well, I don't think I'll put music after on the background, so it isn't a montage. But I'll tell you what I can see right now. First of all, we have some negative values over here, because as you can see, everything comes from this point. So this must be coordinate 0. And we have a negative value here, so, and a negative value here. I don't know, do I have any other? Doesn't seem to be have a negative value on the x-axis, but only on the y and z axis. Also, these colors should all be green, and this tells me there's just something, all these things combined just tell me that we have done, well, I have done something wrong with the vertices. So that'll be fun to fix. Yep. Well, one thing that I did already do is I outputted the amount of vertices and the amount of indices. And let's do some calculations. Per 4 vertices, as you can see over here, we should have 6 indices. So if we divide 72 by 108, by 6, and multiply that by what am I doing? We should divide 72 by 4 and multiply it by 6, and it is 108. So one thing that is going wrong is we have too much vertices, because if you count correctly, a cube, because this is basically a cube but then stretched in the x and z directions, so this cube isn't correct, because we should have 4 plus 4, well, basically 6 times 4 vertices, which would be 48, and we have 72. So there's something going wrong. I believe it is. I do think that it is wrong with this done array, or the visibility, which could also be wrong. So it will be fun. Well, no, it won't be fun to debug this. I'm lying. But yeah. Well, let's start debugging this. So I'll pause the video. Well, for you it'll be an instant cut, but for me there will be a pause in between where I look through all of my code. So I'll be back in a bit. Oh, and before we start this montage, well, these series of cuts of me debugging, I wanted to tell you how I usually go around doing this. Basically, I start in my code and go over each and every single line, and I'll look at the whole process, and most of the times I'll come across something that doesn't look right, and then I'll fix it most of the times. So yeah, that's basically what I'm going to be doing for the next 15 to 30 minutes probably, so I'll see you in a bit. Hi again. I have found one of the errors. I don't know if this is the thing that messes everything up, but this is absolutely one of the errors. It still said entity vertex.size instead of world vertex.size. So world vertex.size, which also means that we have to import this class and get rid of the other import that's no longer needed. And let's see what the result is. And okay, we now have the top of our cube and the rest seems to be black for some reason. Look, these triangles are okay, these are working, but only if you look up them from this side. They do block, if you look at these cubes, well, I don't know if you can see them, but they do block the other cubes. So there is something rendering over here, absolutely. Oh! And this is because I haven't added the ambient lighting into my code. Oh shit, okay, this was the previous thing. So we find two mistakes in one part. So const float ambient lighting equals 0.1, and we'll take max between, because the lighting can also be negative as of moment, so that's not something we want. So, ambient lighting. So let's test this once more, and here we go. Okay, so for some odd reason it isn't rendering the right side of the thing, and the left side. Well, is it rendering the left side? Let's see, let's rotate very slowly. It only renders. Oh wait, no, that's not the. We should have the rotation a bit faster. So let's say 0.4, and movements should be a little bit slower. So let's see. Yeah, I like this way better. So we should enable culling. I don't know why we haven't done this yet. So I'm going to implement culling, and I'll show you after I've implemented it. So I'll be back in a bit. Hi, I'm back. This time I've enabled culling, and as you can see, culling just doesn't render the back side of the triangles, so it's another performance improvement. I don't know if you're able to see this dark green thing. I can see it in my recorder, but I don't know if you're able to see it in the video. But at least the back sides aren't culling, and for some weird reason the back and the right side and the left side, I believe, don't work. At least for me, these sides don't appear to be working, and as you can see, all these rows on the x-axis are being rendered, which tells me something went wrong with or either the Boolean array call done in our world model generator, or we are doing something wrong with the visibility checks. So I'll look over that code, and before I click stop recording again, here's the code for enabling and disabling culling. So just copy it if you want. it's another FPS improvement. So it basically means you're drawing half the amount of triangles than before. So yeah, and I'll be back in a bit. So I'll see you then. Hi guys, I'm back and I have fixed it somehow. Well, I do know how. But earlier this video I said 4 times 6 equals 48, and that was very stupid of me because of course it's 24, and that's the exact number to which I reduced the amount of vertices. So we now have our, well, stretched cube, and it looks okay from all angles. So you might not be able to see this side or this side because they are only lit by ambient lighting, so I don't know if it will show up in the video, but they are there. Do trust me on that one, and the bottom is also there. So what I did, I redid this code and just remove this continue part. I redid the code, we checked if the tile was done already or not, and we can remove this as well. In our segment class, somewhere in here I had I had this still at the top, so just look over all these and just correct them if you see a wrong one. And that's basically it. So that's all I've done. So in the next tutorial we will go on with another subject, so I hope to see you then. Bye.